Hey guys, we're here at Cal Comic Con in Yorba, California. This is a comic show that is all about 100% comic books. We'll take you for a look around the floor. We missed it last year because we were at Amazing Arizona the same weekend, so it's been actually really 2 years since we've been here. So we're glad to be back. We took a quick look inside and it is grown even in size. They've added an extra room, more vendors, but as you'll see as we take you around the floor, this is kind of like comic book bin diving heaven. Not really much outside of that. I mean, there's a couple classic artist writers in there as well, but for the most part this is all about the comic collectors in Southern California. So let's go take a look around.
I had it, I didn't board any of them. I got them all packed in for 700.
No more teardrops, fine.
Box.
No, I mean, I'm always looking for a cheap timepiece. But who is it?
Oh, okay. Every time standing there,
Okay, so hopefully that spin around the floor gave you a good idea of what Cal Comic Con is, so you can kind of plan it into next year. It's really simple. If you are a comic collector, it is a great place to be. We've picked up a bunch of books. Actually, I'll bring them over here real quick. Everything from dollar books to key issues and so on. Lots of great stuff. So a highlight for us, Green Lantern number 5. Decent condition for how old it is. Picked it up for 22, and then probably our main score, Giant Size Defenders, in really nice shape, at least relative to our budget, for $15. And then just a ton of dollar books we've picked up. We're actually going to go back in there after we get done recording this to pick up a few more books, but just fun stuff. Cleaned up some of our, actually let me put them down, Star Wars needs there. Just tons of dollar books. So yeah, I mean, it is a comic book show for comic collectors, pure and simple. It doesn't pretend to be anything else. Marv Wolfman's here, Tom Yates is here as well. They usually have one or two kind of guests of honor that they focus on that are in the corner, but for the most part it's about diving into bins, and the bins range. I mean, there's Avengers #1 and Justice League #1 and thousands of dollars in books, and then there's, you know, again, there's even quarter books, 20, I think there was a 20-cent bin we saw in there, all sort of range. Not really a focus on new books. I mean, there's a few, you know, bins with kind of things that have been out a couple months that have hit the dollar bins and stuff like that, but nothing like brand new. I mean, we couldn't even buy books from this week if we wanted to. It's not the focus. It really is. Their tagline is it's a comic convention for collectors by collectors, and that's 100% the truth. So if you are a bronze, silver, gold age comic collector, definitely a great spot to hit. Highly recommend. I don't think I've been this engaged in wanting to buy comics in a while. We always pick up a few and add to our collection as we go, but this one it's really addictive because there's just some great prices in there and a great selection. Yesterday on Twitter, as we were leading up to this show, somebody on Twitter, I think it's _Cabin_boy, a comic collector, he had said, "Oh, are you going to Cal Comic Con? It's the best comic show, pure comics in Southern California," or I think maybe said California, but regardless, and I was like, yeah, we're going for sure, we like it, but I lean a little bit more to a couple of the San Diego ones, like San Diego Comic Fest or SoCal Comic Con, and still love those, but I gotta say today, with the extra vendors in there and the prices that we're finding and the selection, I would say I'd agree with that comment yesterday that this has kind of moved up maybe to my #1 California comic collecting show. So again, it's not for anything else besides that. And as with any show, if you are going, if you're gonna hit this show, and there's nothing really to do except dive in bins, make sure to bring your wallet. So we broke kind of convention rule 101, or to right at the top of the list of having to hit the ATM because we just didn't come prepared for as many deals as we were going to find. So fun show. Unfortunately, it's only once a year. Would love to see them have a winter one, but as you're listening to this or watching this, I should say, plan for it for next January because it's very regular of coming out every January at Yorba Linda. So we'll have more talk about this on our iTunes, on our podcast on iTunes or Stitcher, so you can find it there, or you can go over to parksandcons.com where you can see other photos, videos, all of that stuff, and check it out from there. So we'll leave it here. We're going to get to the podcast and hit the floor a little bit more. So until next time, we'll see you in line somewhere.